Hey everybody, good morning. It's Chris here. July 1st. It's a new day. It's definitely a new season. Definitely new month. Definitely new topics to talk about right here in our daily reflections. For those of you who are new, have never seen these videos that I make before, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's called Daily Reflections with Chris. And what I do, or what we do here, is pretty much we read out of the Daily Reflections, which is a recovery reflection book for those who are in 12-step recovery. This particular one is for, Alcoholics Anonymous, but there's so many out there that you could reflect on. I know Joyce Meyer has some good ones. Al-Anon has some good ones. Courage to Change, Every Day a New Day. In the Meantime by Iyanla Vanzant. That's a good one that I did real early on in recovery. But for today, we're going to read out of this one, okay? Daily Reflections. And for every day until I don't anymore. So today is July 1st, so let's get started. Today is July 1st. And the title is The Best for Today. The principles we have set down are guides to progress. That's Alcoholics Anonymous, page 60. Just as a sculptor will use different tools to achieve different desired effects in creating a work of art, in Alcoholics Anonymous, the 12 steps are used to bring about results in my own life. I do not overwhelm myself with life problems and how much more work needs to be done. I let myself be comforted in knowing that my life is now in the hands of my higher power, a master craftsman who is shaping each part of my life into a unique work of art. By working my program, I can be satisfied knowing and doing the best that we can for today. We are doing all that God asked of us. My God, that's beautiful. How apropos, right? A new month, a new message. And as some of you have been tuning in, step 6 was about getting ready for step 7. And step 7 is really about letting go, right? Recommitting to letting God or a higher power take all of us, right? So in step 3, we gave up our will, right? Our will and our lives over to the care of God. So our lives is like all our lives, everything in our lives. And it took me a while to really discover this or to understand this in a way that was healthy for me, right? So my life was all of it. In the beginning, I thought is from here moving forward. What am I doing today moving forward? Yet the other stuff that was still causing me misery, my past, was, I just hadn't caught on to the fact that he wanted that too. So when it became clear to me that he wanted that too, you mean my childhood? You mean my teenage years? You mean my addictive years? You mean all this stuff? You want all? He said, everything. So I was giving him today and tomorrow, but not yesterday. And when I started giving him my yesterdays, my life really started to take form. My life really started to flourish. I guess it was still kind of choked up until I was able to do that. So we move forward with the rest of the steps, and when we get to step 7, we're able to do that again, right? With our defects. So now we're deeper. Before it was like, I'll give you this, right? And step 7, we're going real deep now. We're going deep to those defects that keep us chained up, those defects that keep us in dysfunctional relations, those defects that create dysfunctional relationships, right? Those defects that still can, who are still hindering us, who are here still not helping us or stopping us from living our best life yet, right? Because if you've been hanging out with me, I have a pretty good life, but I do believe that it gets better every day. Today is a better day than yesterday. Yesterday was a better day than the day before, and tomorrow will be great too if I continue to practice these principles, if I continue to do the work, if I continue to allow God to shape and mold my life, mold me too, right? To fit the life that he has for me, right? Because I've learned by staying here long enough that If my character can keep up for what God has for me, then chances are it's going to take me longer to receive it, right? It's going to take me longer to receive. And I've heard that over and over in different things. Even when I really got into law of attraction, right? It says, how do you get the money from the vortex into the bank, right? That was one of her biggest, people would ask that all the time of her. And it says, well, stop the resistance. It's like, well, what's the resistance? Well, it's you, Chris. Every time you stick your hand in it, you're creating resistance. Just let God do what he does best. Let him bring it to you and his timing, right? And your character's got to keep up. How many times have you seen somebody win the lottery and then they want to shoot themselves, right? That's crazy, right? That's because the character can't keep up. It's true. I'm sorry, folks. I hate to, if you're that person, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's true. See, what I believe today that comes in our life, if you get a promotion or you get this or you get that, everything you've wanted, what's showing up there is not like because of everything you've been through. It's because of where you're going, right? So step 7 gives us opportunities. Like, God, I give you everything, good and bad, all of it. I pray that you remove every single defect of character standing in the way of my usefulness to you and to others. Grant me strength as I go out from here to do your will. Grant me strength as I go out from here to do your will. Well, why do you need strength? God's with you. No, I need it. Why? Because even though I'm going with me, I'm going with me. God's going with me, but I'm going with me. So his will is greater, deeper, stronger. But Chris's will gets in the way because he wants the easier, softer way. You don't want to do that because he might get hurt. You don't want to do that. He might get rejected. You don't want to do. So what? I need to ask for strength to do that. So if God says, hey, look, Chris, you're really good at this. I need you to go do this. And I'm like, okay, let's go. And I'll get there and I'll be like, I didn't know did you wanted me to speak to a bunch of people who are recovered? I thought you wanted me to speak to a bunch of people who are not recovered. Right? See, so I don't know yet all my gifts and talents like he does. But when I allow him, when I give him, turn it over, when I turn out my life and my will again over to him and my character defects, now he's got more to work with. Okay, he's like, I got your will now. I got your life. Now you got me in character defects. Let me work on this. Let me mold this, right? Let me shape this. Let me shape your life. Let me give you what you need to make it and to succeed. You're gonna more than make it. You're gonna more than succeed. You're gonna walk in the room and people are gonna be like, my God, Chris is here. La la la's here. So and so's here. Joe's here. Mary's here. Amy's here. Liz is here. Elizabeth's here. Come on, let's go. I mean, you will have that if you allow God to come into your life and shape you and mold you and form you and use you and guide you, right? Do I listen to God a lot? Yeah, I do. Do I always do what he says? Nah. I get lazy. I make up excuses. Take shortcuts. I'm still working on that. Every day I ask myself, I say, God, I want to know what you want me to do. And I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to listen. And sometimes I do pretty good. I give myself 100. And sometimes I'll be like, Chris, call this person. Chris, call this person. Call this person. And I'll be like, okay, I'll call him later. Okay, as soon as I'm done with him, I'm going to call him. And I never call him. I get my break. I don't call him. I get my lunch. I don't call him. I get my another break. I don't call him. I get some time off between jobs. I don't call him. I finish with my second job and I have some free time. I don't call him. What do? I sleep. I make up excuses. I conserve. I preserve my energy. That's like saying, God, you know what? I want to know what you want me to do, but just to know what you want me to do, not because I want to do it. And that's what blocks me off myself. That is the resistance that I'm putting on myself, on my life, on my greatness, on my career, on my success. As some of you know, I had the idea to do these videos during the pandemic, right, in 2020, when I was at home and I had my pastor in my ear telling me every day, do something, write that book, start that video, start that podcast, do this, do something. Don't waste 2020. Don't waste it, right? Because I was stuck at home with my 2 dogs. Man, you would think that would be great, but it wasn't. It got weird. It got strange. It got quiet. Right? I mean, I started barking. Whew. I get it. People couldn't spend time with me even if they wanted to. The pandemic was, man, it might have not killed a lot of people physically, but it killed some mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And I'm grateful that I have my pastor coming through the airwaves every single day, every chance she got, to get into my ear and tell me, Chris, don't waste this. Go out there, do something, make something of yourself. Go, go, go. Man, I started reading. I started taking classes online. I started writing a book. I did start writing a book. I'm not done with it yet. I did start writing a book. That's when Chris was born, because I spent a lot of time with God. I spent a lot of time looking at my life and thinking about, am I going to continue to waste my life, not just 2020, but 2021, 2022, 2022? Am I going to continue to waste it? Am I going to continue to try to fit into what other people's molds of me? Am I going to try to be the person that they want? Or am I going to try to be the person that God and Chris want, right? Because I have desires in here. And in here, I have desires of what I want my relationship to be like. I have desires of what I want my finances to look like. I have desires of what I want my recovery to look like, of what I want my life to look like, what I want it to look like on the outside, right? But now I was working on what I wanted to look like on the inside. Who Chris wants to be on the inside. And I decided that Chris didn't want to be that guy no more. He wanted to be this guy. A guy who's liberated, a guy who's free, a guy to be his own person. A guy who does things because it encourages him, it motivates him. Right? In 2020, it wasn't about what they wanted anymore. I had to get correct. I had to get straight. I had to get clear about what I wanted my life to be. And I started doing things I never done before. I started making decisions I never made before. I stopped making excuses for continuing to be the lost soul that I was. Even though I was already in recovery, even though I had already done the steps, even though I had sponsees, even though I had been reading the Bible, even though I had been going to church. I mean, I was still not all the way where I wanted to be, and I'm still not. And I'm grateful for the reading. It says, do we continue to just think about all those things that we still need to do? No. It says, now we open up and say, God, you mold me. You show me. You help me, do it for me. And he does that. He starts molding me. He starts molding me. And at that point, what do I do with what he does? Am I going to be grateful for it? Or am I going to be like, well, I kind of wanted it, but not like that. God, come on. That's okay. That's okay to have conversations with him. But in the end, right, when we're really getting serious, it's like, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you that I saw what I needed to see, that he saw what he needed to see to change the people in my life, that he heard. People hear it all the time. People started saying, he heard conversations you didn't. He saw things you didn't. And you know what? I'm grateful that he saw it, because if I would have saw it, it would have broke my heart. If I would have saw my ex hanging out with her, well, I don't know who was the side piece, me or him, but anyway, one of us was, right? If I saw what she was doing over there, would it have broke my heart? Yeah. But I didn't see it. He saw it. He saw it fit that she would leave my life. For reasons, yes, I still don't have to. I still don't understand. And that's okay. I don't need to. Because you know what? I grew from that. I learned about me from that. I moved from that. I moved forward from that. You know, being single is just a status. It's not, it's a relationship status. That's it. I may be single, but I'm not alone. I got friends. I got family. I do have family. They're out there. We don't talk much, but they're out there. You know, I get sad about that. But you know what? I have another day. I have another moment. I can hang out with God and meditate, nap, and be like, okay, next time he says, Chris, call so-and-so, you better call so-and-so. Or you can't complain about not having family. If he says apply for the job, I gotta apply. For reasons I don't understand, but I don't need to. I just make the application. Maybe it's an opportunity to get an interview and work on my skills. Maybe it's an opportunity to work on my, maybe it's an opportunity to go above and beyond that I never even knew that was there for me. Right? If he says do it, I do it, and I leave the outcomes up to him. You know, I just do. And listening little by little, this is what I learned. I want to end with this because I don't want to make it too long, right? But it says the principles we have set down are guides to progress. And if I read the rest of it in the big book, it says we claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection, right? And I've gotten down on that topic before, but I'm not going to get down on it today. I'm just going to say that progress for me in the spiritual realm was when he said pick up that piece of trash, I picked it up. When he said close the door, I closed the door. When he said open the door, I opened the door. Simple tasks like that. And then it was built up more and more to go pray for that person. Go call that person. Go hold that person. I don't know these people. Go do it. Get that money that you've been saving and I want you to put it over here. But God, how? What? I want this. Go do that. And that's how I got the bigger stuff. Go apply. Go talk. Go speak. Go write. Go get on that YouTube channel. Now I'm able to listen to the bigger stuff. Why? Because I've been listening to him and the little stuff, and he's trusting me more and more with the bigger stuff. He's trusting me with this YouTube channel, and I really don't know where I'm going with it because I'll wake up and sometimes I'll go through my videos to look at the comments. There's no comments. One person's viewed it, sometimes two, right? I can't get down on it. He's telling me to do it, so here I am doing it, right? I don't know what's going to come up, what's going to be the outcome of this. And that's okay. I don't need to know. Because what I do know is that when I do what he asked me to, great things come to pass. Great things come about. What does that mean? That I'm just going to look at them pass me by? No, that means that they're going to be here in my life. The stuff that I wanted is going to move to the stuff that I have. Will it always stay there? No. But I love it. I appreciate it. I hold it while it's here. And then when it's gone, I say, thank you, God. Thank you for that experience. Thank you I got to hold her hand. Thank you I got to spend time with my friend. Thank you that man, this big deal that I thought I couldn't handle got handled. Thank you, God. It'll come to pass, he says. It'll come to, right? And it might pass. Everything's momentarily, folks. Everything is one day at a time. Everything's one moment at a time. One emotion at a time. One action at a time. I think that's all I really have for y'all today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to sharing with you again tomorrow. But for today, thank you. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.